Hello, I'm Lena Taro. In this video, I'll be showing you how to use Fathom to perform a simulation to answer the following question. If 40% of donors have type A blood, what is the probability that it will take at least 4 donors to find one with type A blood? We're going to assume type A occurs 40% of the time, type B 10% of the time, type O 45% of the time, and type AB 5% of the time. Let's begin by dragging an empty collection down off the shelf. And next, I'm going to add some new cases. But how many cases should we add? Well, this is in a ratio of 40 to 10 to 45 to 5, which we could reduce to a ratio of 8 to 2 to 9 to 1. And if you add those numbers together, we have 20 total cases. This is easier than typing 40 A's, 10 B's, 45 O's, and so on. So let's add a variable here called type. So I have 8 type A's and 2 type B's and then 9 type O's and 1 person that's type AB. So we have 20 values in our collection. Let's sample our collection. We can see that we've selected 10 cases. However, I want to know how long it takes until we come up with a type A blood person. So I'm going to do the until condition. So I'm going to keep sampling until type equals A. And we're going to do this with replacement, meaning if I grab a person of type O, I want to put them back into this collection because I want to make sure that my percentage stays at 45%. Let's try this again. Let's see what happened. Let's look at our collection. We can see it took 3 cases until we got an A. Let's try this one more time just to make sure that it works. Let's look at our cases. It took 2 tries that time until we got an A. So what we want to do now is collect a measure called count and use it to count how many observations we had until we got to type A. Notice this is 2. We'll do this again and check our measure. This time it was 1 case until we got an A. So let's collect some measures. And notice it's coming from our collection into our sample, and each time it's counting how many type A's we had. Let's look at our collection of measures. So there were 4 times where we got a type A donor on the very first try, and 1 time where it took us 3 tries. Let's collect some more measures, but I'm going to turn the animation off for this. Let's collect 95 measures, so we have a total of 100 measures. And so we can see we have 100 measures, and let's take a look at a graph of this. So we'll take a look at our distribution of counts. In other words, on this distribution we can see there's 1 time where it took up to 12 people. We had 11 people that were not type A, and then finally on the 12th person we had a person with type A blood. Let's change this to a histogram. And let's take a look at the question now. The question is, what is the probability that it'll take at least 4 donors to find one with type A blood? So at least 4 donors means 4 or more, so that would be the sum of these bars here, and sometimes that can be a bit hard to see. So I'm going to go over here to my collection of measures, and I'm going to do a filter. I'm going to add filter, and I want to keep the values where count was greater than 3. So that would be 4 or more donors. And it looks like it did something. Let's take a look. And we can see these are all the counts of 4 and above. The filter was applied correctly. Count greater than 3. It looks like that occurred a total of 20 times out of our 100 simulated trials. So the answer to this question in terms of an experimental probability from this simulation is 20% of the time.